Hello students, welcome again. So here in this lecture we are going to talk about the NEET scam, or basically we are going to talk about the sociological perspective related to corruption in competitive exams. That what are the sociological causes what are the sociological consequences we can highlight with the rising or unending corruption, unending problem related to the leaking problem of this competitive exams all over India. And not only NEET got leaked, we have been seeing this corruption related in UPSC also. Okay, in the Pooja Khedkar case, then we had seen in UP various exams got cancelled because of this corruption. In Bihar, BPSC got exam, got cancelled few years back. So all this leads to the problem of the that us to find in a sociological perspective that what can be the causes and what can be the consequences which we can highlight with this particular problem. Okay, so first cause is the pressure for social mobility. The pressure for social mobility. So in Indian society there is a very much high pressure on the students for the social mobility कि भाई हम तो तुम्हें इस पोजीशन से इस पोजीशन ले आए हैं. Now it's your responsibility that how you are going to take the future of your family. So there is an intense pressure on a student when he or she is getting enrolled for any competitive exam coaching centers. Okay, so there is high stakes for social advancement. So Indian society obviously will give high stakes on the social advancement, that as much as you rise high in the social mobility ladder from this lower class to upper lower middle class, then this upper middle class, then this upper class, as much as high you go to the social ladder, your acceptance, there is more social improvement of your existence in the society. Okay, so in India competitive exams are often viewed as a crucial pathway for achieving this social advancement, social mobility, but there are limited opportunities to everyone. Okay, so 5 lakh people, they have been fighting for 1000 seat or 700 seats. So this shows that the goal is to achieve highest position in the society, but the means are not there. Okay, in that sense it leads to the breeding problem of or desperate measures of cheating as well as bribery in the exam. Okay, then there is a cultural acceptance in Indian society that if you are studying engineering, if you are getting coaching for IIT, if you are getting coaching for any SSC or UPSC exam, you must get selected. If you are not getting selected, there is a social marginalization you feel. There is a social alienation you feel. There is a social distress comes in you that you feel disconnected from the society. There is a stigma attached to you that you have wasted your the society will see you that you have wasted your 5 to 6 years and you haven't learned anything, that you are not able to clear the one particular exam even after 7 to 8 years of your preparation. Okay, so because of that cultural expectations, because of the fear of not achieving up to the mark of that cultural expectations, people tend to fall into these bribery and cheating scandals, and hence corruption highlights this corruption problem of competitive exams. Then there is a social inequality and inequality of access to resources in the society. Okay, now there is a disparity in educational opportunities. Now everyone is not have resources to go to the high coaching important coaching centers. Everyone has not any resources to go for the important educational institutions. So all these leads to the people to look for the other areas from or the other chances from where they can get admission to this particular qualitative or high standards educational institutions. So the cheating and another way of corruption in the competitive exams where the people have been using Bluetooth and all, this is nothing but the this disparity in answer to this disparity in educational opportunities. Okay, now there is one aspect where the lower class people, they have been using the cheating mechanism to go for the qualitative institutions, but the upper class people, they have all the resources, they have all the cultural capital, they have skills, they have resource economic capital, they have social capital. Okay, so they have knowledge, they have skills, they have connections with which they indulge into this and corruption syndicates, in these syndicates who are providing papers with the help of after getting some money. Okay, So according to Pierre Bourdieu, they have social capital, cultural capital, and economic capital, and it is often unevenly distributed in the society. So the people or the students who have the high income, they tend to corrupt or bribe, teachers, bribe the people who are involved in this corruption scandal and get their papers easily, and hence led to the rise of this corruption in competitive exams. Then the Indian society, in this Indian society, we have normalized corruption. So basically, we have accepted the culture of corruption in the society. So even though we know that this paper has been leaked, there is a problem related to the corruption of this in this particular paper, but we still, the social unrest will not, you will not see the social unrest of a highest level where the government will say, initiate the drastic measures. Why? Because we have culturally accepted it. We know that the society is not going to change. We know that this problem will be persisting from the very long time. Okay. Then there is a social tolerance related to this corruption. Okay, we have culturally accepted it, then we have become socially tolerated about it. That this little bit of corruption is necessary for the society, and it will continue for the society. So if you will, even in your surrounding, even in your kinship group, even you will find that somebody has corrupted someone to get a job or to get admission in some good colleges, you will not tend to increase your voice. Why? Because you will see that at least he is trying to, or this particular position, this particular admission of that person in some government school or government college will change the scenario of family. Okay, will provide an opportunity of social mobility for the family. Then weak governance as well as the institutional failure of the government. So there is institutional failure where we have been seeing that the institutions, the bureaucracy, the administration, it has failed again and again in solving this problem of corruption. But other than that, NTA coming on national television and saying that there is nothing wrong with the NEET exam. Okay. Then there is a legal lab that although we have tried to make with the help of this national testing agency, we have tried to make one organization which will be looking only for the examination purposes, but we are not been able to make any law related to that particular purpose. That what if there will be corruption in the exam, what will there if there will be cheating in the exams. Okay, there is a delay in the cases where we have been seeing related to this corruption cases in Supreme Court as well as High Court. In the end, people get nothing, they just waste their time. Okay, the examination credentials related to age and all are not going to change. So that again boils down to pressure for the students to just start preparing for the next session of the exam. Then the political influence is high, the political patronage as well as influence also play an important role in this corruption in competitive exams, which we have seen in the Vyapam's case in Madhya Pradesh. Then there is a technological exploitation which we have been seeing. So the advanced technologies or technologically advanced means have been used by the people to cheat in the exams. Okay, remember the case of 2017 where a IPS officer, he has tried to cheat in his UPSC exams. Okay, then what are the consequences? So this corruption in competitive exam is nothing but erosion of meritocracy from the society, that it undermines the fairness. The people who will be working hard, they will see that there is no help in working hard. Okay, so people are getting seats only by the corruption, only by the bribing, only by the cheating. So what is the benefit of reading again and again? Then there is a decreased social trust in the society. So if the meritocracy will be decreasing, if there will be fairness will decrease from this competitive exam, the trust in education and employment system will decrease in the society. Okay, people will see that everyone is getting this particular person, he was not able to clear his 10th exam, he is getting seats in AIMS. So how it is possible? So this is nothing but degradation of social trust. Then it boils down to, or it increases the legitimacy crisis or acceptance of a government machinery in the society. Okay, so Jürgen Habermas, in his theory of legitimation crisis, with this theory we can explain this corruption in competitive exam, that how corruption in competitive exam can lead to crisis of legitimacy for educational institutions and states. Okay, then this particular corruption in competitive exams, it perpetuates social inequality. That whoever has been at the highest position of social hierarchy, especially the people who have all the contacts, all the social networkings, all the cultural capital, all the economic capital, they will be always at the highest position. Okay, because they have all the resources to corrupt the officials. Okay, so this, the lower class will remain lower class and the upper class will become upper class. This is nothing but entrenching the elitism in the society, that the corruption is itself maintaining the status of elite people and challenging the social mobility nuances in the society. Then this devalues the educational credentials in the society. So you will not believe in a degree of one person. If the other person is showing you a degree that I have done my education, or I have done my bachelor's from IIT, or I have done my MBBS from AIMS, you will not believe him with the rise of this corruption in the competitive exam. Okay, then there will be impact on employment. So jitni bhi employment companies hongi, they will have to look for the other ways to select candidates, because the degree they are, on the basis of degree when they were selecting the candidates, that degree now has been on sale, because there is a rise in corruption in these competitive exams. Anyone can get a degree, anyone can get admission in IIT or IIM. Then there is a problem related to the social strains. There is a problem of anomy, that the students may feel trapped in a system where they have been working hard, but the benefits have been enjoying by the people who have been corrupting or who have been bribing for their seats. Okay, then there will be feeling of social alienation also, that although they have been working hard, but they are not been able to achieve success. And if they are not ready to cheat, if they are not ready to do this corruption in the competitive exam, the society will see them as an disadvantaged group. Okay, then there will be social tension and fragmentation in the society, that the perception of this unfair advantage which has been utilized through corruption by some sections of the society, this can create social tensions and divisions, which can further lead to the nationwide protests which we have seen at the times of NEET. Okay, then there will be long term impacts on the national development. What will be the long term impacts? That the people who are getting selected in these institutions, they are not worthy people, they are not qualitatively educated people. So what the development they will be doing, what the economic contribution they will be doing for the government, for the national, for the growth of nation, for the mobility of the marginalized people? Nothing. Okay, then there will be erosion of ethical standards, that it will set a precedent of unethical behavior in the other areas of life. Okay, so this erosion of ethical standards can have a far reaching consequences, that it will degrade the moral fabric of the society, that people will be not ready to trust each other. Then there is a long term impact on the society, that it will undermine the democratic principles, where we have been talking about the meritocracy. Already reservation is becoming a very much conflicting issue in the society. Now right now the government has the Supreme Court has said that we have to do away with this. We have to initiate creamy layer procedure or subcategorization of SCs and STs in the form of creamy layer and non-creamy layer. So that is already a problem for the Indian society, where we have been talking about meritocracy with respect to the reservation, or the loss of meritocracy with respect to the reservation. Now if there will be continual rise of corruption in the competitive exams, that is again leading to the undermining of democratic principles, where we are talking about liberty and equality, freedom, meritocracy, etc. Then it will result into more distress among the society related to the use of doctors and engineers for their services. Now if the people will know that there is a continued corruption in the this NEET exam, and they will see whenever they are going to see a doctor, they will not believe to trust the doctor blindly, because there is a perception in their mind कि क्या पता ये भी चोरी से आया हो, ये भी corruption से आया हो. Okay, then there is a reinforcement of culture of corruption. Obviously if the people were getting selected on the basis of corruption itself, that is nothing but reinforcing the culture of corruption, that is nothing but socially leading to acceptance of culture of corruption in the society for a very long time. Okay, then there is a very much important intergenerational impact of this corruption, that the corruption will be normalized, the cheating in exam, the bribing of exam will be normalized, and it will make it harder for the government, for the society to change this perception or change the social attitude related to this corruption, because the government is already been part of this corruption scandal. The bureaucracy are already part of this corruption scandal. Few back, the HCS exam got cancelled. Why? Because the chairman of Haryana Civil Services, he was himself selling seats. Okay, so this is the level of corruption where the bureaucrats are themselves involved in this corruption scandals. These were the causes and consequences in a sociological perspective related to this competitive exams corruption. Okay, in the next lecture we will meet with again new topic. Till then, take care. Goodbye.